Thank you very much.
For more, let's bring in Trump Advisory Board member and founder of the Last Stand Political Action Committee, Jason Meister, along with attorney at Judicial Watch, former Trump attorney and author of Defiant: Inside the Mar-a-Lago Raid and the Left's Ongoing Lawfare, Christina Bobb. Christina, I'll start with you here. You heard what David Schoen said. He said pretty much there's nothing there. Ghislaine Maxwell really has said everything she knows or that she's going to say that is accurate. But again, the drama continues.
Well, I think it's appropriate to at least question her and try to look into this a little bit more. What the American people are tired of is this two-tier system of justice where you have a woman convicted of horrible sex crimes, many against children, and yet there are no accomplices, there are no perpetrators. You have thousands of victims, according to the file, and yet nobody is the perpetrator besides her who coordinated all of this. So I think that's a big head scratcher, saying, wait a minute, are the rich and powerful getting away with something that, you know, the rest of us, I'm still being prosecuted in the state of Arizona for a crime that never occurred. So we have to face the wrath of the justice system while the rich and powerful get away with it. So that's the concern that needs to be quelled, whether it's through opening a file or putting stuff out there or prosecuting maybe another case, maybe the Obama case, whatever it is. The Department of Justice, and I think they're moving in the right direction, needs to allow the American people to feel that there are not two tiers of justice and that the rich and powerful are held accountable.
And I think they're trying to make progress, the administration, on getting those files released, like the grand jury reports, the documents, things like that. Jason, what I'm hung up on is just going back on the thousands of victims, like we heard from House Speaker Mike Johnson, is how much could you trust Ghislaine Maxwell at this point, who's facing a 20-year sentence? She obviously wants to get out of prison. I have a hard time wrapping my head around that.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. I think that it would be hard to give any kind of real sincere trust in what she has to say. But we've known Jeffrey Epstein's crimes for decades. And remember, it was President Trump and his Department of Justice that arrested Jeffrey Epstein back in 2019. He killed himself in a jail cell because President Trump had him arrested. So the idea that Trump is somehow implicated in this, and the fact that Joe Biden and Merrick Garland had authority over these documents for 4 years and wouldn't release these, absurd. Yes. And then I have to say that the timing of the way the media is handling the Epstein files, just in advance of the Russiagate hoax and the declassification of all these documents that are coming out, I think is very peculiar, to say at a minimum. And I think they're trying to sow doubt in the MAGA base and create a civil war over this when really there really isn't much to be arguing about. I think that the Trump administration and their communications around this could be better. I think they should do a press conference and be more transparent to the American people. I think that would go a long way. But this is more of a communications issue than anything else, and I think that can be handled very easily.
Christina, we're almost out of time, but I want to bring you back in. I agree with you. It's kind of like, okay, well, obviously these crimes were not simply committed alone by Jeffrey Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell. Obviously, there were other people who were involved with these underage women. And the question, I guess, is who are they and what are they going to do as a result of their obvious guilt? And so do you think there is any way to find out who those people are? They may be very likely people we've never heard of or very people ever know. But why? Why have they been protected?
Well, that's a great question. That's the question that has everyone up in arms, is why are they being protected? I think the Department of Justice is doing the right thing by asking Ghislaine Maxwell. And no one is expecting that DOJ is going to take her word as gospel and just say, oh, well, this is what happened. No, it's an investigation, right? You take what she says, you see if you can verify it with other information, you conduct an investigation, a real investigation, and see if there's anything there. And it might be that there is or there isn't, or maybe the information is so corrupted at this point that it's not beyond a reasonable doubt, and so you can't pursue it. I mean, there's a lot of things that can happen, but they need to continue down this road and at least make an effort to see if they can figure that out.
Yeah, I see your point.
I think, Katrina, well said on your part. It's the names. If there's thousands of victims, there's got to be on the receiving end of those crimes.
Or they at least need to pay for their crimes.
Yeah,
whomever they are.
All right, got to leave it there. Jason, Christina, we appreciate it. Good to see you.